Yeah, I switched. When you're recording on the iPhone 13, you have to stop the video and I'll just splice it together in CapCut and then start it back up. But I figure for a talking video, much better just to look at this, what the province looks like. They're burning a sugarcane field over there that's been harvested, and just the leftover dried up leaves, they burn it off. And like this one, you can see it's just starting over again. That one's been started a while, and that one a little while longer. And when they're ready to harvest, they're about 13 feet tall. But funny story, we got back today and our 4-month-old baby had been with Erica's mother and father and family. And when he first saw my face, his lip poked out and he started to cry. I was like, oh, we're very close. But he's 4 months old and he's just been surrounded by Filipinos for the last 3 days. So he saw my white face and he's like, who's that? They've got a very short memory at that age. But and he wasn't that way with my wife, but then again, that's his mom. She spends more time with him than I do. I spend a lot of time, but not near as much as her. But I think he's used to seeing so many Filipino faces. Like when I first came here, all the kids were scared of me. Now it's just like normal. I've been here 2 years. And even the grown-ups were shy to talk to me because they weren't used to a foreigner or someone speaking English. That's the big ruts where the trucks go down in there to load up the sugarcane when they harvest it. They get stuck all the time and have to help each other out. People are used to seeing me walking around here. They're very, very friendly in general. Let me back this up a little bit. They usually say, "Mein hapon," which is good afternoon. "Mein hapon." They didn't look so friendly. Many of them are very friendly though. Some are not quite as friendly. Some of the guys are jealous that I got one of the most beautiful women in the area. I couldn't help it. We just ran into each other. We went to dinner with another couple like us in Bacolod, a foreigner from the USA and a Filipina. Their age gap is not quite as big as ours, but still a pretty big one. We were discussing all the things about coming here and relationships and all the different kinds of relationships. And one of the things that we talked about a lot was a real relationship based on purely transactional. And truthfully, I've seen both kinds and everything in between here. But I always like to state it over and over again that you can have a real relationship with a younger Filipina here. Yeah, you're gonna give her a better life. You're gonna support her in a better style than she's accustomed to, and hopefully leave her with a much better enhanced future financially and no worries. That's the plan that I have and many other expats have, but that's not always the case. Some guys are users and abusers. So yeah, you're gonna do that, and it's expected of you. You know, if you think you're gonna come here, you know, and you're 50 or 60 and you're gonna marry a beautiful young girl, yeah, you better bring something to the table, because let me tell you what, they're bringing a lot. My wife is 23. I thought she was too young when I met her, but she said no. She was ready for a relationship. She wanted a stable, loving man. She'd had one relationship with a Filipino who was older before, and uh, he was definitely disappointing to her. So yeah, we dated for a while, and then boom, my hop on, and we've been together 2 years now. Been married for a year, and we get along great because they're bringing a lot to the table. Say they don't have a dime in their pocket, but if you meet a woman from a good family, they're going to have good morals, Christian upbringing, a good soul, be loving, loyal, not to mention young and beautiful. Which brings me to another thing is, and I keep saying this a lot, you don't have to settle in the Philippines. I see a lot of guys with very beautiful wives. Some look a little transactional, but you don't always know their story. And I see some with girls who, I'm sure they're good women, but maybe they're not that attractive. They're older. Maybe they've got some kids that I know one friend, in fact, some kids that are annoying as hell. I mean, they're grown up, just laying around their mom's house, drinking and living off their mom, and now their foreigner mom's husband just doing nothing. Up on. See how most people are friendly. So yeah, take your time, because you are a rock star when you come here with your shitty little pension. If you're a nice guy and you know how to treat a woman respectfully and well, and it's a plus if you can be a little bit fun. You don't have to be good looking. I see guys that aren't rich, but maybe a little bit rich to the Filipinos that are having a rough time over here. But maybe they're looking a little rough. Maybe they got a pretty big beer gut, or maybe they're crippled. And a lot of times a Filipino will overlook all of this stuff if you're nice to them and you can give them my hapon. If you can give them a leg up on life, not necessarily lift them out of poverty, but that's the case a lot. My wife's family, they're not rich, they're not in poverty, they're doing pretty good, but they don't have extras like a car. They have a motorcycle, and they have a decent house to live in, but nothing fancy, no air conditioner. And they were cooking with wood until recently. Now I've got them cooking with bottled gas, and we remodeled their house, made it a lot nicer. And then we built a house for my wife and I on the back side of their house, just attached it to it because they gave us a little piece of free land. But my thing is, it's right here in the province. See how beautiful and peaceful it is? But everybody in my community speaks Bisaya, very little English. I have nothing in common with them. I'm accepted. Everybody's nice to me. I can go to our pump boat. We can take a run into Bacolod, the bigger city where people speak English and it's cleaner. But you're going to run into more beggars and stuff there, more crime. There's a gym here in Sagay. I can go work out. I've gotten in a lot better shape since I've been here. Got off blood pressure medicine. Feeling like a young man except for my aches and pains. So, like, look into the distance, that little house there. The house in the trees. And like, this part of it is just beautiful. But it's not hot right now. The weather's really good. Sometimes it's just unbearably hot. Sometimes it's just rain, rain, rain. And but right now is the better part of the year. We're really enjoying it. Mount Hapon! And generally it's Philippine nature to be friendly here. Hapon! Passerbys walking by the little area where our house is are always talking, and you offer people to come eat, have some coffee with you. Like today, there's a nice breeze. It feels good. It's not overly hot, but these are more far and few between. Like we had several months of rain. We couldn't go on the boat. And sometimes it's just unbearably hot. But if you're coming to the Philippines, there's only two reasons you would want to come to the Philippines. One is if you can't afford to live in America and you have Social Security or some other pension. Two, for a much better relationship with a much younger, agreeable, sweet, loving woman. And to me, that's the only reason I'm here. Yeah, I can live good here on my pension, but I'd much rather be in the United States and having my pension and still running a little carpet cleaning business and working 5 days a week, just to be in America where the streets are clean and there's police around. People know how to drive. I mean, around here, there's drivers, there's no lights on their motorcycle. They drive like crazy. There's no hospitals hardly to speak of, except here and there is a good one. There's no ambulance service. You know, there's a revolutionary army up in the mountains fighting with the regular army. Yeah, it's a different world over here, dude. But take a look at some of my videos, some of the pictures of my sweet wife. I'll start posting some of our son and us together with him. The weather's turned nice now. We'll start taking the boat out and doing some snorkeling. Very nice. You can come here and enjoy it, but come with the right attitude. Don't come here thinking you're going to be a playboy. You can do it, but you don't want to mess around with low rent girls here. They have those, and they have desperate poverty girls. So there's no reason to be alone over here, and is the short story. There's millions and millions of women looking for a foreigner to help out their situation. It's actually a career choice here. Like my wife has a college degree, so she didn't have to go this route, but I've accelerated her progress to having things, you know, like a house and a car and money in the bank, things like that, security, because we got a sugarcane farm going here, we got peso Wi-Fi, we got a car wash going, and she's working an online business now, making good money, that if she was having to work Filipino style, like OFW, you know, off the island, or in a hotel or something, which is her degree is in hospitality services, they don't pay that much, even after a college education. She'd still be saving for years to get ahead in life. So her accumulation of a nest egg and a comfortable life is way accelerated by being with a foreigner. So that's why I'm saying, if you are a decent guy, you don't have to be rich. You can get by with 1,500 here. 2,000 a month is much better. If you have 3,000 a month, you're pretty doggone rich. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Watch some of the other videos, like the snorkeling video or something, and I'll be doing some more of those. ask any questions that you might have. Be glad to help. We're just filing for our son's passport, and I know all about that process. Uh, we got married online in Utah, and now we're getting it just now finishing up, accepted here in the Philippines, down in their records. Anything I can help you with, always glad to do it. Bye-bye.